It is a dark day for America. The great and legendary Charlie Kirk is dead. That is how President Donald Trump described conservative father and husband Charlie Kirk, who was assassinated today at a rally in Utah. Now, this should be a moment every reasonable person agrees is wrong and horrific, but I was stunned and disgusted to see some of the media coverage in the wake of this murder.
Environment in which a shooting like this happens.
Yeah, and again, I emphasize what you just emphasized. We don't know any of the full details of this. We don't know if this was a supporter shooting their gun off in celebration, or so we have no idea about this.
The assassination was a supporter firing a gun off in celebration. They actually put that to air. The shooting was at 12:20 p.m. Charlie was hit directly in the neck, and I've watched the video because I have to report on it, but I do not encourage anyone to see it. For so-called journalists to publish an assertion that this shot, which was from around 200 yards away, which is about 180 meters, to publish the assertion that it was an innocent mistake of a supporter is quite frankly insane. It is willfully false, and that clip isn't even the worst of the media's coverage. While showing footage of people running from gunshots, MSNBC thought it appropriate to provide context. They called him divisive at a time while he was dying from his wounds.
By the way, our affiliate in Utah and the aftermath of this shooting, you could see people running away pretty quickly, as you would imagine they would do at gunshots. The FBI director, Kash Patel, has weighed in on this. He just tweeted the following: "We're closely monitoring reports of the tragic shooting involving Charlie Kirk at Utah Valley University. Our thoughts are with Charlie, his loved ones, and everyone affected. Agents will be on the scene quickly, and the FBI stands in full support of the ongoing response and the investigation." Charlie Kirk is a divisive figure, polarizing, lightning rod, whatever term you want to use. Why?
Well, he's one of MAGA's most prominent voices online. He hosts a near daily podcast. He opines on almost everything. He's been very closely aligned with the president since his initial run for office in 2015, 2016. And his ties to Trump really elevated his own brand. He was really quite young as an activist when the president launched his initial campaign. And he has kind of ridden along with MAGA since 2016 and built up a massive, massive brand of his own. His group has brought in tons and tons of money.
And, of course, there have been countless Democrat Party supporters tweeting out awful things, effectively saying that he deserved it. Now, you would expect this from nutjobs on the internet, but what about proper newsrooms? The BBC put the words "great guy" in quote marks here. Teen Vogue described him as far right. And look at this insane intro from the New York Times. You would think that the so-called paper of record could simply just report Charlie's death. No, they had to characterize him first. Charlie Kirk, a conservative wunderkind who through his radio show, books, political organization, and speaking tours did much to shape the hard right movement that has coalesced around President Trump, becoming a close ally of his. Now, keep in mind, we're about 35 words in at this point before they get to the actual story that he died on Wednesday in Utah after he'd been shot while speaking at a college campus event. Disgraceful stuff. And then we have TikTokers, cretins who delight in misery and openly wish death on those who have different political views.
I'm not saying she deserved it, but I'm saying God's timing is always right.
And goodness knows the wicked's lives are lonely.
Is it any wonder that people turn to independent journalists at a time like this to just get a normal and reasonable view of what happened? And a credit to Megyn Kelly, who covered the news with grace and emotion.
They're reporting that Charlie has died. That he's dead. At the age of 31. Which he would have to be if that video was real.
There's no way he survived that. The only good thing is It had to have happened quickly.
Right. Right.